I'm Josh Hall with another installment of the Sabbath Day Racing Series brought to you by the Mason-Dixon Racing Series and the ISSL. Um, Again, we're running the street stocks at Michigan like we ran last week. And if you were around last week, you'll remember that there was a four-wide finish to the race last week. Very exciting race. Hopefully, we're going to see that again this week. These guys put on a heck of a show last week, and we're looking for the same thing this week. A little different format this week. This week, they're going to have a one lap qualifier. After 30 minutes of practice here, this is just going to be wrapping up about 2 minutes. They're going to have a one lap qualifier and then a 25 lap race. This race is a money race, so $15 to enter. And right now it's $70 to win, 40 for second, and 30 for third. So if you'd like to get involved with these guys, you can hit up Ian Martin. That's EAN Martin in the iRacing forums or on Facebook, and he can point you in the right direction. They're always looking for good, clean drivers, and it's a nice money race. So go ahead and find them. We broadcast all his races here on Intensely Broadcasting, so you can always find us here too. But in about 2 more minutes, we'll be wrapping up. Let's take a look how these guys are running the track right now. Let's see. And Michigan's a nice 2 mile oval. A lot of options at this track. You can run high, you can run low, run the middle. Like I said last week, they were four wide as they came across the line to finish. Uh, and Tyler Tomasi came out of nowheres to win that one. He was fourth on the final lap and ended up sneaking in and winning. So these guys run this a lot like a super speedway. There's a lot of drafting, not a lot of contact, but they put on a good show. And hopefully we're going to see that again tonight. Right now at the top of the leaderboard, we have Brandon D. Van Wed and Ron Morris, Austin Flanagan, Bill Watkins, and Davis Pack running out the top five right now. And it's your leaderboard as they go through practice. Hopefully we'll see similar in qualifying. But again, only being one lap, no draft. So Michigan is a 2 mile track uh, in Brooklyn, Brooklyn, Michigan. Variable banking, they high banks here. Right now the track temperature is 96 degrees, so a little bit of a warmer track. So you'll see these guys slipping, sliding uh, as the day goes on. Right now the air temperature is 65, the track temperature is 98. Um, Sunny day, so we'll expect the track to really heat up. Watch these guys slip around. Tires will be a premium for sure. They always are. A lot of times, if they get a late race caution, you'll see them dive in the pit lane for tires, and that could make all the difference. So now we're entering the 5 minutes of qualifying, one lap. See if anybody who hits the track first. I got Austin Flanagan out on the track, along with Brandon DeWedge at the moment. And the apron's even in play here. You see that in the Cup Series a lot of times. The Cup drivers will get right down in the apron, help the car turn. You'll see them using that to kind of get the car a little looser in the later stages of the game, where that right front starts to burn up and the car really starts to push. But that's really where you want to be ideally, is just above that seam where he's running right now. That seems to be the fastest way around the track here, as he's coming around to take the green flag right now. Using that apron to his advantage, take the short way around the track. And he's going to run it like they run the super speedway, kind of just hold it all the way about round. Same thing you see Ian Martin here, holding down the bottom of the track. Not going up to the wall, kind of taking the short way around, if you will. Same here with James Batzer. Brandon DeWedge is way down on that white line. Those Menards colors. That's a nice throwback scheme. That looks very retro, very 70s. As he's going to come across the line. He's going to run a 49.509. That's going to be good enough for second right now. Ian Martin at the top spot with a 49.449. James Batzer with a 49.54. And Austin Flanagan with the 49.659. So not much separated in the top four right now. We have a few cars out there that haven't turned a lap yet. There's David Peck here, just starting his first timed lap. Nope, I take that back. He ran his lap. Ran a 49.614. We have Ron Morris coming to the stripe here for his timed lap. He runs a 49.565. That's going to be good enough for fourth at the moment. Here's TJ Floyd. Looks like Jarrett Edwards just ran a 55.04. So he's going to be qualified in ninth at the moment. Let's see what TJ here does. 49.456. That's going to move him up into the second spot. We still have two to qualify. We have Michael White and Jonathan Mitchum who have yet to qualify. Michael's coming to the line now for his timed lap. Take that back. He's on his timed lap now. That was his flying lap. Same thing with Jonathan Mitchum. Jonathan's just getting his timed lap going now. So he's coming off of turn two. And Michael White's right behind him off of turn two. Now these cars are, even though they're shown, I can show them at the same time. These guys are qualifying on their own. There is no draft. These guys are out there by themselves. As Michael White's coming off of turn four. Onto the long front straightaway. D-shaped oval here. He's going to get right down on the apron there, right down to the grass. He's going to run a 49.586. And Michael White's going to run a 49.534. So that's going to finish up qualifying now. And Ian Martin's going to be your pole sitter. The TJ Floyd, Braden DeWedge, Bill Watkins, Michael White, rounding out the top five. James Basser, Ron Morris, Jonathan Mitchum, David Peck, Bartram in 10th place. And we're going to have 10 cars starting the race here. Again, this is the Sabbath Day Racing Series brought to you by the Mason-Dixon Racing Series and the ISSL. This is a money race, so if you're just tuning in now, $15 to enter right now with 10 cars. It looks like first place is going to be $70. So if you're interested in racing with these guys, contact Ian Martin, and he'd be able to set you up and get you going. Well, it looks like the cars are just starting to grid. So again on the pole, we're going to have Ian Martin. We're going to 49.449, followed by TJ Floyd in the second row. And we're going to have the 15 of Brandon DeWedge and the 337 of Bill Watkins. Then Michael White in the '09, followed by James Batzer in the '07. Ron Morris in the '76, he's always there at the end, along with Jonathan Mitchum, another one who's always there at the end, likes to stay back, out of trouble at the beginning of the race, to be there at the end. Next, we're going to have David Peck and Jeffrey Bartum in the '21. And finally, rounding out the top 10 here is going to be the '67 of Austin Flanagan and Jared Edwards in the '43. As it looks like they're starting to roll. For the only pace lap we'll take here, and then leader has the choice of when he wants to go. So as soon as the pace car pulls off the track, he'll be able to accelerate and get the race going. And I have lost timing and scoring. So just bear with me 1 second, I apologize. As they're coming off of turn number 4 here. Take the green flag. And the green's in the air, and Ian Martin gets out to a great jump. As they're 4 wide in the back of the pack here. As Brandon Devon Wedge, Brandon Diva Wedge comes off in second place here. He's got a great run, but here comes TJ Floyd on the outside. But looks like Brandon's going to get a little help here from Bill Watson. He's going to get a little underneath Ian here. Try to take over that top spot. Looks like Ian Martin's going to lead the first lap here. He's getting a big push from TJ Floyd as they're coming through 1 and 2 here into turn 1. But Brandon's still got that momentum down on the bottom. He's really hooking the apron here, trying to get that car turned to get a good run off the corner here. Try to get past Ian. Here comes Bill Watkins with a little help from the 43 of Jared Edwards. They're going to get up to the back here of Brandon, see if they can push him on by Ian. Ian's looking strong on that outside line, running that middle of the track there. And as they come off of turn 4, looks like Ian's going to lead this one as well. Everybody's kind of settling down. Everybody's evened out. Nobody's really making any big gains. Actually, Jared Edwards has moved from the back row all the way up to the 6th position. There's Jonathan Mitchum's back in 11th, so he's fallen back a little ways. But Ian looks like he's going to clear Brandon. Oh, Brandon's going to run back on him as they come off the corner here, off turn 4. Nobody's really using the, There goes Jared Edwards down the apron. 3 wide. 3 wide into turn 1 here. As looks like Jared Edwards got a little help there from the 67 of Austin Flanagan too. As they're still 3 wide. As they're coming off of turn 2. And that's what we were looking for. A lot of open real estate in this track. You can really run 3 wide. As you see, the 43 get a big shove from the 67. Gets them all out of shape as they come down the backstretch. It looks like he was going to try to make a move underneath Brandon, but Brandon threw a little bit of block, used his momentum to kind of shove him up to the front here. It looks like he might actually clear Ian here as they come down the front stretch. Ian's getting a good shove here from TJ Floyd, though, as the Flanagan now down the apron. And here comes Jared Edwards down to the apron, 3 wide. The apron's in place, so there is no out of bounds here at Michigan. As they continue to run 3 and try to make it 4 wide. As here goes, it looks like Ian might have an issue as he's all the way up at the wall. He's falling backwards now. As Brandon Van de Wedge is going to take the lead, but here comes Austin Flanagan down on that apron again, trying to force it 3 wide. And he's going to challenge Brandon here for the lead as they are coming off of turn 4. The 67 Austin Flanagan gets a great run, but the 50 of Brandon Van de Wedge, he's got some help as the 337 was giving him a shove, but now it looks like Bill Watkins gonna try to drop down into the bottom, maybe make it 3 wide. No, he's gonna tuck back in. As Austin Flanagan to the lead now. But Jared Edwards giving him a big push. As Jared looks like Jared's gonna try to get underneath him here as they come off a 2. Looks like he got a little loose. I don't know if he's gonna have the momentum, as he's getting a big shove from the 76 of Ron Morris now. But that's allowed Austin Flanagan to get a good run here on Brandon. And it looks like he's going to slide up in front of him and take the lead away from him. But here comes Brandon back on the outside. No, he's going to protect. Now Austin's going to protect to the inside because he saw that Jarrett likes to take the apron there, try to get a good run. And TJ Floyd on the outside, can't count him out. He's just in the mix too. Because they're going to go side by side through 1 and 2 here. Let's see if Jarrett can get the run off the corner, try to make it 3 wide again. No, I think he's burned his tires up a little too much there. As they rocket down the backstretch. Side by side for the lead. Here comes Austin Flanagan again, trying to take over the lead from Brandon Van de Wedge. As he might do, he's got a good run here. Here comes the 337 of Bill Watkins, giving him a little push. That's the thing with these cars, they create such a bubble in the behind them that you don't have to be right up on their back bumper. As long as you're within a few feet, you're going to give that car in front of you a pretty good shove. Looks like Ian Martin's dropped all the way back to 8th place. Again, I don't know if he had some kind of issue or if he got up into the wall. I didn't really see him hit the wall. I know he fell back a little bit though. So he might have got loose, might have got shoved from behind, lost his momentum. But I'm not counting him out. I've seen him drive through the pack before. They're still side by side by side. First 6 cars, 2 by 2. As here comes Jarrett Edwards again, trying to take a peek down on the apron. See if he's going to take a look here. No, it looks like he's... No. I thought he was going to try to force it 3 wide. Oh! And the 76 of Ron Morris had to get out of it there because 43 came right across his nose. He lost all his momentum, so he's falling back. And the 21 of Jeffrey Bartum, he's in the mix now. He was really loose there coming through the tri-oval. As they rocket down the backstretch. Trying to get single file. Oh, big move by TJ Floyd. Now he's going to try to take the lead. As he's going to go underneath Brandon Van de Wedge. And he's going to get a big push here now from Austin Flanagan. Or is Austin going to try to go underneath him? No, Austin's going to give him the shove. That's going to break Austin's momentum, allow the 337 of Bill Watkins to get a run here. As he's getting pushed by Jared Edwards as well. but give the lead to TJ Floyd. They go side by side into turn 1. It looks like Ian's just kind of riding back there, trying to save his tires. And James Batzer and Michael White, unfortunately, must have had some issues. They've fallen way off the pack, lost the draft. They're just hoping for a yellow to come out. As look at the 43 again of Jared Edwards down on the apron, making things happen. Oh, he gets into the side of the 337, pushes him up the track. Everybody gathers it together. Low contact, full contact racing at 150 miles an hour. As they're, oh, looks like the 67 is going to make a move here. Here comes Austin Flanagan making it pushing it 3 wide into turn 1. That breaks the momentum of the 49 TJ Floyd, and that's going to allow Brandon here to get a good run off the corner. They're still 3 wide as they come down the backstretch. 43 of Jared Edwards giving a nice shove to the 67, trying to keep him up in the front here. And they're still 3 wide. Now they're 2 wide for the lead. 3 wide behind him, though, as Ron Morris is now coming up into the mix here. But give the lead to Austin Flanagan as he comes off a 4. Jared Edwards trying to run the line. 3 wide again with a big run from Brandon here. Awesome. Oh, no, Jared Edwards is going to lead that lap. As they're still 3 wide. Here comes Ron Morris on the bottom, giving a good shove down there to the 67 of Austin Flanagan. Looks like Brandon's lost some momentum, and he's a little higher down the track. 43 using a little bit of the side draft, doing what he can. So they come 3 wide through turn 3 again. As they come down the front stretch. It looks like James Batzer and Michael White have caught the pack up a little bit. All this 3 wide running in the front here has allowed them to catch back up. As Austin Flanagan comes back to the lead here. Still 3 wide for seconds. Ron Morris is making a move up here to the front. Is he going to try to use that apron line to get down underneath Austin Flanagan that everybody else is using? Looks like he's got them run. It's 3 wide again into turn 3. Here comes Ron Morris to the lead with a big shove from Jared Edwards. Pushes up the track. He had to get out of it. He got a little tight. Pushed up the track almost into the side of the 67. Some nice, tight, exciting racing here as Ron Morris getting a big shove. But here comes the 15 and the 49 up on the outside trying to get a little tandem going. And here comes the 337 with a big run again. So don't count anybody out of this one yet, as we've completed 14 of 25 laps. Big push from Jared on the 76 here of Ron Morris as they're going to come down the backstretch, still 3 wide. And that 67 of Austin Flanagan's holding well by himself with a 15 of Brandon in the, oh, Ron's got a bit problem. He comes way down the track. Uh, 67 to the lead. Brandon pushing him now. He comes up the block. Brandon gets the push. And here comes the 43 of Jared Edwards again with a big run, with a push from the 337 of Bill Watkins, as now the entire field is back together. And that 67 has way too much of a lead. Looks like he's going to come up here, block the 15. But here comes Ian Martin, back on the middle. Where'd he come from? Out of nowheres with the big run. Looks like he's going to come to the lead. All by himself, no help. Ian Martin to the lead. Pushes up the track. Is the 67 going to cross him over? He does. They're going to come through off of turn 4 here, side by side for the lead. Looks like Austin Flanagan is going to have him by just a nose to finish lap 15. Two by two as they come into turn one. Little three wide action in the back of the pack here. Jonathan Mitchum forcing a three wide on TJ Floyd in the mid pack. They're three wide, all behind the action at the front. Action all over the racetrack, front, back. And Jared Edwards with that big push there at the 67, trying to get him back by Ian Martin so he can try to make a run at it. And there's Jonathan Mitchell, make it three wide. Oh, he gets to the side of the 15. Oh, a big wreck. And that's going to bring the yellow out. Let's see if we can take a look at what happened here. Looks like Mitchum just pushed up a little bit, got on the side. Collects everybody in the back with nowheres to go. Which is unfortunate. Let's take a look from the blimp here. Yeah, them guys in the back were just innocent bystanders. Now these guys do not run any resets. It's one and done. So if you can't get the car repaired to your liking, that's going to end your night. So unfortunately for some of the front guys there, the 43, well, it looks like the 43 escaped with not too much damage. Ian Martin's got quite a bit of damage too there, so did something happen? No, Ian had the damage all along, so that must have been from an earlier incident, him getting up into the wall and getting some front end damage. Looks like Michael White's pitted and he's back on the track now after getting some of his repairs done. Brandon, such a strong run at the beginning. He's rolling off pit road now. 21 of Jeffrey Barton. He had some damage. He's rolling now. David Peck involved. So we know Jonathan Mitchum probably got the worst of that. TJ Floyd also involved in that. So it looks like now we have Austin Flanagan up in the lead. Ian Martin, Jonathan Edwards, Bill Watkins, and Ron Morris rounding out the top five. And I think Austin Flanagan and Ian Martin were the only two cars really not involved in that. Looks like they're the only two cars that really got through that one unscathed. Again, you're watching not the Daytona 500, I apologize. I forgot I had to reset my timing. You're watching the Sabbath Day Racing Series brought to you by Mason-Dixon Racing League and the ISSL. Again, these guys run every Sunday night. It's going to be street stocks at Michigan. Ian Martin is the host of the race. So if you're interested in getting involved, get a hold of him. I'd be more than glad to set you up and get racing with these guys. As the lights are already off on the pace car, so we're going to be going back racing. We'll go through the field real quick. We've got Austin Flanagan, Ian Martin, Jared Edwards, Bill Watkins, Ron Morris, James Batzer, Michael White, Jonathan Mitchum, TJ Floyd, and David Pack rounding out the top 10. It does look like a couple cars did pit. Looks like Pack's still on pit road. Michael White made 2 pit stops there under this yellow, try to get as much repairs as he can. TJ Floyd came in pit, John Mitchum, Brandon in the 15, Jeffrey Bartum, and again David Peck just coming off of pit road now. As when we come to the line, we're going to have just 6 laps to go. Will that damage on Ian Martin's car affect him? Is Jared Edwards going to make a big move here? As they're coming off of turn 4, green flag in the air. Austin Flanagan gets a great jump on Ian Martin. They get a great jump off the field. As they're going to rocket into turn 1 side by side. The rest of the field jockeying for position. Nobody's really lined up or teamed up yet, trying to make a run. It looks like Jared Edwards is going to go to the top, help Ian Martin here. Oh, they make some contact. Ian Martin in the 67 of Austin Flanagan. Austin's going to lose some momentum because of that. Looks like he got right up on the wheel. A little wheel-to-wheel contact there. Is that 43 of Jared Edwards giving a big push to Ian Martin. But here comes the 09 of Michael White into the mix. He's got a good run here as they come across the stripe. 5 laps to go now. 5. They're side by side for third place. That's Austin Flanagan making a big top to bottom move. So he's going to get underneath Jarrett here, but up front we got Michael White taking a peek at the lead from Ian Martin, as he's going to get a push now for Austin Flanagan. Edwards is going to give a big push to Ian here, and here comes a 337 again of Bill Watkins. Oh, the 67 washes up the track a little bit, almost gets on the side of Ian as he's down the apron now, pushing up off the track, but he's giving that big push to Michael White here. Michael's going to get down in the apron. If the race was there, it would be too close to call. 4 to go as they're side by side into turn 1. Back there, James Batzer in the 7 car, just kind of biding his time, seeing what's going on up at the front here. Ron Morris in the back. That 67 pushes up the track again. I don't know if he's got issues, if he's overheated his tires or what. Oh, a little contact there. The 67 in the side of the 43. But they keep going. As the 67 gives a big shove to Michael White here as they come off of turn 4. Oh, he gives him a nudge. That loosens him up, and it looks like he's going to get underneath him. As they come, nope, he's going to stay right there, tucked on his back bumper. He looks like he's got some issues. He's got some damage or something that's causing that car not to be real stable behind people. He's just holding on for dear life with that car. As they come down the backstretch, Ian Martin getting a big push here from Jared Edwards. Ron Morris up there on that top line too, coming to the top. Still got Michael White. That 67, that car just looks evil. Straight evil as it's going through the corner sideways. But oh, he gives a big shove to Michael White. Oh! And they're wrecking, and Ian Martin caught up in that. The yellow is out. I was saying that 67 was looking kind of evil. It looks like he just gave a shove to the 98 of Michael White. I'm sorry, the 09 of Michael White, and it just shot him up the track into Ian. And who else did that one collect? 43 gets through that unscathed. Michael Moore, the 09, the 67, and the 98 all involved in that one. But that's going to give the lead to Jared Edwards. Bill Watkins, James Batzer up in the 3rd place. Ron Morris, they were checking up hard for the pace car. Jonathan Mitchum getting through that clean. Looks like we got a couple takers on the pit road. Actually, it looks like most of the field's coming on the pit road. Jonathan Mitchum, the 67 Austin Flanagan, Ian Martin obviously trying to get some damage repaired. TJ Floyd, Michael White, all hitting pit road here. See who's just taking tires and see who's getting damage repaired. It looks like the first one to roll off is the 67 of Austin Flanagan. Here comes Jonathan Mitchum. But fortunately, it looks like Ian's night will most likely be done, as there's too much damage on that to really be repaired and make that a feasible ending for him. So unfortunately, a late race wreck takes out some of the top contenders. So correction up at the front, it's actually Bill Watkins with the lead after that trouble that we had there. Jared Edwards in second, James Batzer third, Ron Morris in fourth. And Austin Flanagan, after coming off the pits, in fifth. John Mitchum sixth. And it looks like the 52 car of David Peck is actually a lap down. So I'm not sure if they run the lucky dog here, but it looks like the lights are off on the pace car. This will be an attempt at a green-white checker. Ian Martin's back on the track, so let's see how much damage he has. If he has a car that can get back up there with just 2 laps to go when they take the green flag on the green-white checker. Told you it was going to be an exciting one. Now I do apologize. I'm not sure how many green-white checker attempts they will have. But again, this one's for all the marbles. Well, it looks like Ian's going to slide back into the 7th spot here to restart. Again, leader picks one to go. As they come off of turn 4, pace car is in. And green is out. Big jump from the 337 of Bill Watkins. The 43 of Jared Edwards dives in behind him. They get a great jump on the rest of the field as they're 3 wide. Ian Martin trying to make up some ground here. There's the 7 of James Batzer with a good run underneath Ron Morris for that 3rd and final paying spot. He's going to get James Batzer's going to get a big push here from Austin Flanagan as they come down the backstretch. What's Jarrett going to do? Is he going to wait for the very last corner, or is he going to try to make a move here? He's running a little bit of a higher line. Oh, he hits the 337, gets him a little loose. As they're coming to the white flag, is he going to use the bumper to loosen him up? 1 to go. Down on the apron underneath the 337 of Bill Watkins. They make a little contact into turn 1. Jarrett's just getting that lead. Is he going to slide job here? Or is he going to protect the bottom? Looks like he's going to stay on the bottom underneath James Batzer. Batzer's giving him a big shove, followed by Flanagan with a big shove. But on the outside, you've got Bill Watkins and Ron Morris trying to give him a push up here. As James Batzer looks underneath the 43 now. See, they push up. James Batzer pushes out to the side of the 67. Austin Flanagan is around and out as the 43 in the 337. Off the corner. Here comes James Batzer to the inside. They make contact. The 76 around, Ian Martin around, and Bill Watkins is going to win it by a nose as they're wrecking behind him on the backstretch. Jared Edwards in second. Oh, I don't know if that was celebratory or if somebody's not too happy with somebody else. But man, the carnage that ensued behind. Let's go back and take a look at that finish from the blimp. And the 7 just pushes up a little bit, gets into 67. That gets him all out of shape. And then that 43 watches up the track, tries to throw a block, but he's got to block the inside too. Batzer gets into the side of him. That loosens up the 67. He comes into the side of Ian Martin. And then all heck breaks loose behind him. Oh man, what a finish here. As they're coming to the line. Man, Ian just got broadsided, and he didn't know what happened. But there's your finish here at Michigan, with Bill Watkins taking the win. Jared Edwards in second. James Batzer rounding out the final money-paying spot in third. Jonathan Mitchum, Ron Morris, Austin Flanagan, Ian Martin, Brandon Van de Wey. He had a rough night tonight, along with TJ Floyd, David Peck. The top five, the 5 through 10, had a rough night all between them. See, don't see Bill up in the waiting room. So let's pull in Ian Martin. See how he saw the end of that race. Ian, Josh in the booth, you got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, tough race tonight for you. I know you got caught up in a couple things that just weren't your doing, but great racing overall. How was the racing from your point of view?
I thought it was pretty good racing, just people being really aggressive, and I got caught up in the wrong place, wrong time. Austin just giving more and giving that bumper to I think it was Michael and knocked him loose, and then I just completely destroyed my car. It was just down on speed, still steered fine, and then just couldn't keep up with the pack.
Yeah, what happened at the beginning of the race there? I saw you. Did you hit the wall in the opening couple laps of the race? I know you were in the lead, and all of a sudden you went up to the wall.
No, they were just getting too wild, so I decided to run in the back for a couple laps.
Gotcha. Well, I know it's not the finish you wanted, but another another great show out of this Sabbath series. I do see that James Batzer's up there. I'm going to pull him in for an interview too, because I know he finished in third. Bill Watkins, I know Jared Edward, neither one of them were here, so I'm going to pull James in here too. James, Josh up in the booth. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good, great third place finish for the podium there tonight. How'd you see that race?
You know, me and John fell a little far back at the beginning there, just trying to stay out of all the wrecks, and we had to do a little pushing to come back up. But it was a pretty good race. I think the 67 to Austin was a little aggressive and created a lot of issues. And Jarrett made a couple questionable moves at the end there. I kind of gave them their room, but it was a good race overall. I wish more people would have been in it at the end.
Yeah, it was an exciting race for sure to call. I mean, I was up here screaming and yelling there at the end. So, you guys put on another great show for the people tonight. I enjoy calling these things because, man, even though there's a lot of aggression out there, there's a lot of clean racing, a lot of 3 and 4 wide that, really puts on a great show. So, congratulations with the podium finish. Anybody you want to thank tonight?
Yeah, just thank Ian for helping put on some races, and it's just a blast.
Trust me, it's a blast up here in the booth calling it for you guys. So, for sure.
Takes a minute to gain your composure after something like that.
Absolutely, no, absolutely, and especially when you see them wrecking in front of you, wrecking beside you. I know that the last one there where the 76 around Morris got turned sideways. That was just hard racing from up here in the booth. I'm sure you guys are going to watch it back and see it a different way, but from up here, man, I love calling these races on Sunday nights. I'll tell you what.
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely hard racing, and I don't know how I missed the one where everybody wrecked in front of me.
Well, again, Ian, sorry for the tough night tonight. I know we'll see you back next Sunday. I know you're going to be racing tomorrow night in the ISSL, correct?
Yep, Bristol tomorrow night.
Awesome. Well, that's going to do it here from Intensity Broadcasting. Again, Sabbath Series every Sunday night. If you want to get involved, go ahead and get a hold of Ian Martin. He'd be more than glad to help you get set up. With those words, this is Josh Hall. Over.